When the clock hit midnight on the 1st of January, Adam Elliott was a man without a home, a veteran warrior of 173 NRL battles staring down the very real possibility that the game had finally passed him by. His phone stayed silent as the Newcastle Knights moved in a different direction, leaving the versatile forward in a state of professional limbo that few saw coming. But just as the curtain seemed to be closing on a decade-long career, a lifeline emerged from the most prestigious corridor in Sydney. In a move that has caught the entire competition off guard, the South Sydney Rabbitohs have officially stepped in to rescue the 31-year-old from the scrap heap. This isn't just a standard depth signing, it is a calculated gamble by a club desperate to reclaim its former glory. The red and green of South Sydney will be the fourth jersey Elliott has worn, and the stakes have never been higher for the Wiradjuri man as he prepares for a final stand under the bright lights of the borough. This breaking development is exactly why you need to stay tuned, because the 2026 roster merry-go-round is spinning faster than anyone predicted. If you want to be the first to know about every contract swoop and shock retirement before they hit the back pages, you must subscribe right now and hit that bell. We are your eyes and ears inside the inner sanctum of every club. This is All Sports Updates, and the Rabbitohs just made their move. The context of this signing is what makes it truly fascinating for those who follow the salary cap chess match. South Sydney has been navigating a minefield of roster changes, recently losing the powerhouse Kia and Koloamatangi to the Dragons for the 2027 season and dealing with a string of departures including Davy Mole and Jacob Host. The forward pack that was once the envy of the league has looked increasingly thin, especially with captain Cameron Murray returning from a season-ending injury that limited him to just one appearance last year. Into this void steps Adam Elliott, a player known for his relentless work rate and punishing defensive style. He brings a level of aggression that the Rabbitohs' middle third desperately lacked during their disappointing 14th place finish. While he might not be the flashiest name on the market, his ability to cover multiple positions makes him an invaluable asset for a coach looking to stabilize a rocky ship. This is a marriage of necessity that could prove to be the bargain of the century. However, the path to this lifeline was paved with significant hardship and a heavy dose of uncertainty. Elliott's final season with the Knights was nothing short of a nightmare, restricted to a mere 7 appearances before a catastrophic biceps injury in round 12 ended his campaign prematurely. When the medical staff delivered the news, many critics suggested it was the end of the road for the veteran. Being a free agent in your 30s with a history of major surgery is a dangerous position to be in, and for a few months, it looked like the West Tigers or the Dragons might be his only options. The tension during these negotiations was immense, with Elliott himself admitting on public radio that he was playing stay-at-home dad while waiting for his manager to secure anything concrete. The fact that he passed a rigorous medical at South Sydney is a testament to his grit. This is All Sports Updates, and we are watching a veteran fight for his sporting life. Inside the Rabbitohs headquarters, the recruitment team led by Mark Ellison views Elliott as the ultimate professional to mentor their emerging talent. He isn't just there to fill a seat on the bench, he is there to set the standard in the gym and on the training paddock. With stars like David Fifita also joining the ranks to kickstart their own careers, the locker room is becoming a melting pot of proven winners and players with a point to prove. The dynamic is shifting toward a no-excuses culture where veteran experience is valued as highly as raw athleticism. Elliott's reputation as a leader of men and a player that teammates genuinely want to play alongside was the deciding factor in offering him this one-year, cut-price deal. For the Rabbitohs, it is a low-risk move with a potentially massive upside. If he stays fit, he provides the perfect foil for Murray and Arrow. If he struggles, they haven't mortgaged their future on a long-term commitment. For Adam Elliott, this move is about more than just a paycheck, it is about rewriting the final chapter of his rugby league legacy. From his early days at the Bulldogs to his stints in Canberra and Newcastle, he has always been a player who wears his heart on his sleeve, sometimes to his own detriment. Moving back to a major Sydney club puts him back under the relentless microscope of the metropolitan media, but it also gives him a platform to compete for a premiership that has so far eluded him. He knows that at 31, there are no more second chances after this. Every hit-up and every tackle in the 2026 season will be a statement to those who wrote him off as washed up following his Newcastle exit. The motivation of a man playing for his future is a powerful force, and the Rabbitohs are hoping to harness that fire to propel them back into the top 8. The ripple effect of this signing will be felt most acutely by the young forwards at Redfern who now find themselves fighting a seasoned veteran for a spot in the matchday 17. Players like Tallis Duncan and Lachlan Hubner will have to raise their game to compete with a man who has nearly 200 matches of experience under his belt. This internal competition is exactly what a struggling club needs to shake off the lethargy of a bottom four finish. The statistical profile of the Rabbitohs defense is expected to improve significantly with Elliott on the field, given his history as a punishing defender who rarely misses an assignment. It is a tactical shift toward a more rugged, uncompromising style of football that harks back to the club's most successful periods. The fans are already starting to buzz about the potential of a fully fit forward rotation, and Elliott is the unexpected piece of the puzzle that makes it all look complete. As the preseason intensity ramps up, the image of Adam Elliott in the famous red and green jersey is becoming a reality. He has already been spotted at the training grounds, integrating with a squad that is hungry for redemption after the injury-ravaged disaster of the previous year. The homecoming to Sydney provides a stable environment for his wife Millie and their children, removing the stress of interstate travel that often weighs heavy on veteran players. This personal stability is often the secret ingredient to peak performance on the field. When a player's mind is clear and his family is settled, the physical demands of the NRL become much easier to manage. Adam Elliott isn't just joining a club, he is joining a family that has a history of reviving the careers of hard-working forwards. The stage is set for a comeback story that could define the early rounds of the 2026 competition. We are witnessed the birth of a new era at South Sydney, and only time will tell if this lifeline turns into a masterstroke. Make sure you keep your eyes on this channel as we track Elliott's progress through the trials and into the opening round of the season. We want to hear from the Bunnies fans in the comments. Is this the signing that fixes the defense, or should the club have looked elsewhere? Your opinions drive the conversation here, so get involved and let your voice be heard. This has been All Sports Updates, and we are dedicated to bringing you the most authentic and timely rugby league coverage in the world. Thank you for your incredible support, and we will be back very soon with more breaking news from across the NRL landscape. See you in the next one when the next big signature hits the desk. Would you like me to analyze the projected round 1 bench for the Rabbitohs now that Elliott has joined the squad?